Hello everybody. This morning I'm coming to you from over here near Tallahassee, South Carolina. I'm on Highway 107 in South Carolina, about 11 miles south of Cashiers, North Carolina. And I'm over here at the Sloan Bridge recreation area or picnic area. And I'm going to get on the Foothills Trail and hike to Fish Hatchery Rd and back. This is a section of the Foothills Trail, and you can find it on all trails, listed under Foothills Trail to Fish Hatchery Rd, and that's the one we're going to be doing today. Never hiked this section. You all, in my past videos, you've heard me talk about the Foothills Trail and about how beautiful it is. So thought I'd come over here today and hike a section of it. This section, according to all trails, is about 6.5 miles long out and back. So we shall see what our mileage comes out to be, but nice little picnic area here right alongside the road. Good and shady, and I can hear the creek running down here. But gonna get on the Foothills Trail and do this section hike and see how it is. I hope it's gonna be good. It's excellent weather. It's only supposed to be around 73 degrees today, so that's some good hiking weather right there, and I'm glad to see this cooler weather moving in here. Looking forward to these fall temperatures. I'm going to get geared up and get started and see what this section is about. Well, I walked down here to the creek below the parking area here at the trailhead just to check it out. You can see we've got these picnic tables down here. We've got these cool grills built. That's pretty neat. But beautiful area right down here. Below the parking area where those picnic tables are at. I mean, just look at this. Beautiful, beautiful creek flowing down here. I think I'm going to fill up my water bottle here before I start hiking. I just wanted to share this, but this is a beautiful little spot here. And these picnic tables are just right here behind me where you can pull off here and eat, have a picnic or whatever, and enjoy these beautiful views. But I'm going to fill up my water bottle and I'm going to get started hiking. Now, I was quite shocked that over there at the parking area, there was only one other car there besides mine. And this is on a Saturday. I was expecting it to, to be a pretty good many people there. So that was a shock to see only one other vehicle in the parking area. So maybe I'll have the trail to myself today. Of course, there's probably a few through hikers as we look down there at the creek running through. There's probably a few through hikers on the trail because this trail is it's a little over 77 miles long total, I think. Starts at Oconee State Park It's right down the road here and goes all the way to Table Rock, South Carolina. And I know I've said it many times, but it can't be stressed how beautiful this trail is. I mean, if you like lots of greenery, some huge trees, and beautiful waterfalls, then this is the trail for you. There's a lot of waterfalls on this trail. There's also a lot of good campsites, and they mark the campsites just like this, telling you where they're at and how far. And most of their campsites, I mean, you have bear hanging cables and all that stuff. I mean, it's nice. They put a lot of work into this trail, in the campsites, keeping it all maintained. I know y'all have heard me talk about that too, the top-notch trail maintenance that they do on this trail. But it's what it's renowned for. I mean, anybody will tell you their maintenance is top-notch. So if you're ever in the area and get a chance, you know, even if you're doing like me and only doing a short section, I recommend the Foothills Trail. It's a beautiful trail with amazing scenery. Now, I was walking along the trail and could hear the familiar sound of rushing water off below the trail, so worked my way down this little pig trail, and there's quite an impressive waterfall down here. You can see it flows down, and then another smaller ledge right down there. But this is just one of many waterfalls along this Foothills Trail. It's a waterfall lover's dream. You can actually get on off down there a little bit closer, but I wasn't really wanting to go off down that ravine there. I was afraid I'd get down there. It looks like it's very slippery. I really want to get down there and be able to get back out. I am all alone here, so I just thought I'd come down here and film this because it's a beautiful sight. Well, I was just walking along the trail here, and off to my right there's another beautiful waterfall down there. It's a good ways down there, and I see no way to get down there to actually get a close-up view, as you can hear the cars on the highway up there going by. But you zoom in, as you can see, it's another beautiful waterfall. And I don't know what these waterfalls are called. I don't know the name of them, because the description of this trail doesn't even talk about these waterfalls. It only talks about one waterfall called Hiker's Peril, which we'll see it later. It's supposedly right along the trail, right on the side of the trail. But there's another big, beautiful waterfall down there. Like I said earlier, this is a waterfall lovers trail, the Foothills Trail. There's a ton of waterfalls along it, and a ton evidently that's not even talked about. But I'm going to continue on down through here, and we'll see what else we can find. Well, I have made it to the only talked about waterfall on this route, and it is the Hiker's Peril waterfall. As you can see, it's just a small one that comes down the rock face up through there. I'm sure it's flowing pretty good after heavy rains. It's a awesome little waterfall. Like I said, this is the only waterfall that is talked about on this section of trail. But as y'all have watched this video earlier, I've already saw 2 large waterfalls before this one, so I think there was even more off down there. I could really hear the water rumbling, but I couldn't see due to all the leaf cover. So that's Hiker's Peril. Now I'm going to continue on up those stairs and on down the trail and see what other kind of sights I have in store. I just spoke with a young couple. I'm back there at Hiker's Peril waterfall, and they're actually from Georgia as well, over here chasing waterfalls, and we're trying to knock a couple out, 2 or 3 out in a day. And as y'all know that watch my channel, that's what I've been doing the last couple of weeks, is chasing waterfalls over here. But if you like waterfalls, this area of Oconee County, South Carolina is wonderful. There's just so many. You can spend days and days over here, and a lot of them are within close proximity to one another. And you can either, some of them's in close proximity on different hiking trails, and you can actually hike from waterfall to waterfall. And then the rest of them are in, close driving distance, within 15-20 minutes of one another. But there's just a ton of waterfalls over here. And if you really want to see a lot of them, the best way to do it, and that's how I do it, is just to sit down and look up 2 or 3 that are close to one another, and just come over here and spend a day and knock out 2, 3, maybe even 4 different waterfalls in a day. You're able to do that here just because of the vast number of the waterfalls in this area. You can look off down there and see the water way down there. But yeah, this is a waterfall lover's paradise over here in this area of South Carolina. Now I've come along to another one of these like boardwalk things that goes through a boggy area. And there's a lot of these along the Foothills Trail. They go to pretty good lengths to keep it to where you don't, mar up in the mud and stuff. Most all your water crossings have some form of footbridge or something over it. And there's still some areas that it gets a little muddy, but I mean they can do all of them like that, but they do the worst ones, seems like. So here we've got another footbridge across a little creek, stream. And here's one of the many cisterns located along the Foothills Trail. And from what I read, the Boy Scouts put these in. And what you do is you just come over here, lift the lid off, and you got water to fill up your water vessels and so forth. So, pretty cool feature of the Foothills Trail. I've been doing some research, and it seems that there's a good many of these water cisterns that the different Boy Scout troops installed along the trail. You can see we've got a blue reflector here for water source. Helps if you're hiking at night. It'll shine on your flashlight. I think most of these footbridges and stuff were installed by Boy Scouts as well. So I know one of them back there that I crossed earlier said it was an Eagle Scout project from 2008. So pretty cool. Like I said, they put a lot of thought into this Foothills Trail. And really do a lot to, make your trip as easy, I guess, as you want to say, as possible for a hiker. But I'm going to continue on around the bend here and see what else we can see. Over here to my left is one of the many huge trees that's along this trail. And that is a big tree. I can't, the camera just doesn't do it justice. I'd say that tree is every bit of 5 feet across. 4.5 feet, 5 feet, somewhere in that area. I mean, that is a big old tree. But there's a lot of them on this trail like that. Just amazed. Down here we got a pretty mushroom. Lots of those along the trail too, but there's some huge trees along the Foothills Trail. I mean, it's just, they're awe-inspiring. Some of them are, how big they are. I just thought I'd share that as I was hiking along here. Well, the whole first section of this trail, I was hiking along that creek. Another bright white mushroom down there. As you see, I'm easily sidetracked, but squirrel. But anyway, the first part of the hike, I was hiking along the stream, creek, whatever. It was off to my right. Well, the trail made an abrupt U-turn, or horseshoe bend, as some people call it, and had a steady incline there for a little bit, and then it turned into hiking away from the creek and along the side of a mountain, and that's what it's been for the last little bit. Had the mountain on my right hand side to start with, and that's over here on my left hand side. But not a bad hike at all. I mean, it's been fairly level for most of it, except for after that sharp U-turn. It had that steady incline, but now it's leveled back out. I hear the creek way off in the distance. Here we've got a little bit of a water crossing, but I can hear the creek way off in the distance. I'm sure we'll get closer to it as the hike progresses, but I'm going to get myself across this water crossing and try not to slip on these slippery rocks and head on down the trail, see what lies ahead. Now this is quite an awesome section of the trail here. Got this rock, moss covered rock on this side, and walking along these rocks in the bottom, keeping you up out of the mud. But you can see everything over here is just coated in this green moss. And mushrooms growing all over everything. But this was a really cool looking section of trail. Through here, you can see all the exposed roots. Pretty awesome. Got a little boardwalk built here. You have to be careful on these sections like this because most all this stuff is really slippery. But they do have hardware cloth attached to this one so it doesn't get slick. But I thought that was a really cool looking section of the trail I wanted to share. I'm going to keep on going here, working my way to Fish Hatchery Rd. Well, it's getting awfully cloudy over here in the woods. Looking and feeling really rainy. We only had, the forecast was only calling for like a 15% chance of rain today. And tomorrow it's like a 70% chance with some thunderstorms and so forth all day long from what it forecast looked like. So I wanted to get my hiking in today because there was less chance of rain, but right now it's looking awfully rainy. Although I'm almost to the Fish Hatchery Road, I don't have much further to go. And that'll be the turning around point to head back for this section of trail. So got another little water crossing. One thing about this trail, there's plenty of water sources. So you don't have to be worried about not being able to get water. But like I said, I'm almost to the turnaround point, so hopefully the rain holds off. Well, I was almost to the turnaround point on this section of trail and came across some trail magic. And this is compliments of Taz. Taz is very popular over here in this area. He runs a shuttle service, shuttling people from different sections of the trail, and he also provides us trail magic. Inside the cooler there's some soft drinks, good old soda pop on ice. So that's very nice of Taz that he does all this for the hikers. So you can donate to him, to help him out, because he does this out of the goodness of his heart, and he does a lot of it. So look him up online, check him out. He's a pretty interesting fella. And also, if you're in this area and you need a shuttle service, if you're through hiking the Foothills Trail or whatever and need shuttle service, he's the guy to connect with over here. So thank you, Taz, for the trail magic. Well, as you can see, I have made it to Fish Hatchery Rd, and this is the turnaround point for this section hike of the Foothills Trail. As you can see, it looks like there's another parking area here. And the Foothill Trail continues. I mean, it's just across the road over there and it keeps on going. But I was just doing this section hike today. to get him a little bit of mileage. And I've never been over here to the fish hatchery. I don't know anything about it. Got some really pretty wildflowers growing here. But as I was saying, I don't know anything about the hatchery over here, so can't help you out on that. It says on the sign it's open 8 to 4. And the Foothills Trail continues right over there. Right on down through the woods. But I'm going to turn around here and work my way back. As you can see here, back to where we started, Sloan Bridge, it says 3.3 miles. And it's 55.9 miles to Table Rock State Park, which is the end point of the Foothills Trail, or beginning point if you start on that end of it. So I'm going to turn around here and head back. Well, as I was talking earlier there about trail magic, I had somebody ask me here a while back. I brought up the topic of trail magic. I can't even remember where I was. I might have been at work talking about it, but somebody asked me, what is trail magic? And I guess if you don't do a lot of hiking, you probably don't know what trail magic is, but trail magic is goodies and necessities. You know, it can be food, snacks, you know, bottled water, soft drinks, things you may need out on the trail, such as bandages, you know, just anything that you might need. Most of the time it's, you know, like food and snacks, you know, real good sweet treats. But that's what trail magic is. It's all these things that there's certain people in trail communities and whatnot that out of the goodness of their heart, they bring this stuff out and leave it hidden in places on the trail, just like that cooler back there. And you know, it's there for, you know, people's enjoyment that's actually hiking. And like I said, these people do this stuff out of the goodness of their heart. Some of them, you know, accept donations, but they don't ask, you know, for any payment or anything. Along the Appalachian Trail, it's a real big thing. I mean, you have people that bring out their grills and smokers, and you know, they really throw down cooking and, you know, so forth, and they feed the hikers. They'll set up like at a main parking area along the Appalachian Trail, or, you know, a trail crossing where it crosses highways, and they'll just set up and, you know, fix all this food and stuff and serve it to the hikers, you know, free of charge. They don't charge anything, but like I said, a lot of them ask for donations simply to help offset the cost. And we all know now in this day and time, if you're buying any kind of food, you know, it costs a lot of money. So if you can donate to them, it's always a good thing. Because like I said, they're just doing this. They're just really good people doing this out of the kindness of their heart. I mean, there's still a lot of good people out there. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it, but there are. And along these trails, you'll meet a lot of them. You know, some of the nicest folks you'll ever want to meet, you'll run up on them on the trail. So, but anyway, that's what trail magic is, for y'all that don't know. Well, I made it back to that real green section of the trail I filmed earlier, working my way back. So slowly but surely making the way back to the parking area. Well, I'm making my way back, and I made it back to where the trail makes that hard U-turn, and you can hear the creek running off down there again. So we're back to the section that runs parallel with the creek down there. So we hadn't got long now before we'll be back to the parking area. As you can see, it's gotten really dark cloudy, and I'm hoping I'll make it back to the car before the rain starts. I've been hoofing it through the trail here pretty quick. Speed's been running around 3 to 3.3 miles per hour hiking, so I've been scooting back trying to beat the rain. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, but I'm trying to. But you can hear the water flowing off down in there, off in that steep gully. As you can see, we got some dark clouds coming in. I'm just hiking right along, making my way back to the car. Well, I've made it back to Hiker's Peril Falls. Take another last gander at that. Hadn't got much farther to go until I'm back at the vehicle, so it's actually lightened up a good bit, so I'm not as worried about the rain moving in. Hopefully I'm gonna miss that. But won't be long now. Well, I'm back up here to one of the waterfalls that's off down there that I can't really get to. As you can see, it's a beautiful waterfall. But I'm working my way back out of here. It has started sprinkling rain, so as long as it stays like this, it won't be too bad. Hopefully it won't get any worse. I'm gonna see if I can skedaddle on out of here and make it back to the car. Well, as you can see, I've made it back to the parking area, and it doesn't look like anybody else is here but me. So, like I said, I was a little shocked about that, it being a Saturday. But anyway, Foothills Trail section to Fish Hatchery Rd and back from the Sloan Bridge access parking area is complete. I'm sitting on 7.61 miles total. Just clicked over to 7.62. So pretty good hike. Fairly easy hike, no real steep sections. It's pretty, level the whole way pretty much. Only issue is there's a lot of exposed roots pretty much the whole way. I mean, it's really got a lot of roots. They're very slippery, so you got to be careful and watch out for that. But overall, it's a beautiful hike. Lots of beautiful scenery with the waterfalls and all that green moss and huge trees and everything. So Very enjoyable hike, and I'd recommend it if you're ever over in this area. Well, I'm going to get this gear off and get in the car and start heading home. I hope you all have had a wonderful day and been able to get out and enjoy this much cooler weather. Even though it's cloudy, it's still nice because it's only right around 72, 73 degrees or something. So anyway, hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.